I'm gonna hold up this book for myself because I'm in the middle of another vlog, and so maybe if I'm holding this it will help me realize that this needs to go in a different vlog. So hi friends. Oh, my hair, you can tell that I've been at home for several days. So it is Sunday. I have no idea what day it is. We're like in the bank holiday weekend. It's that weekend. Apologies if you can hear our washing machine, it's really loud. So I'm in the middle of an Emily Henry reading vlog right now, which may or may not make it onto the channel before this video. And I've read 2 of them and I'm taking a break and then I'm coming back for the 3rd one. So there will be some kind of pause in this video. And Love on the Brain by Hazelwood arrived the day after release day. So probably 3 or 4 days ago, and I absolutely adored The Love Hypothesis. I devoured it in 8 hours, which is potentially slow, but anyway, I devoured it. I absolutely loved it, and I gave it 4.5 stars. Sometimes I think should it have been a 5-star, but if I gave it 4.5 at the time, I've got to trust that Kat at that time knew what she was doing. So I was so excited when Hazelwood announced she was releasing another novel. I haven't read the novellas yet because I just prefer to read physical books. I could get them on ebook. I've sampled the audio and it's not for me. I could just get them on ebook, but I'm pretty sure a collection of them is coming out next year. So I'm at the moment paused on that. But I thought that in between the Emily Henry videos, I would pick up Love on the Brain because I'm so excited to read it. I've been so excited since Hazelwood announced she was doing it. This edition of it is absolutely gorgeous. This is the UK Waterstones exclusive. These sprayed edges are gorgeous. This cover is gorgeous. Everything about it, beautiful. Don't love the Love Hypothesis sticker, but the Love Hypothesis edition has a TikTok sticker on it. So this is fine. This is better than that. And I wasn't going to vlog it. So, you know, I thought I'll take a break from vlogging and I'll just read this book in between the Emily Henry video. You won't really know because I wasn't going to film this part. And then I've read about 10, 15, 20 pages, something like that. And I suddenly just thought maybe it would be worth me vlogging this because I loved The Love Hypothesis so much. And I'm getting the sense that this book is the same book. I just got a notification on my phone that there was someone like at the door, and I have the living room window open today because sorry, I'm covered in pen, because it's really warm. And I was like, oh, she like can hear me vlog. She's lovely, our next door neighbour. I was like, oh, she's gonna hear me vlog. So I like went on the doorbell to like see when she goes back inside, and she's spraying everywhere all over her front garden. And I swear, if there are bugs on our front garden again, we had a disaster earlier on in the year where we had box hedge caterpillars, and they completely destroyed our hedge. And we had this massive hedge in our drive, completely destroyed that. Were like climbing up our house. It was disgusting. I assume she's spraying for ants, but I'm so over like bugs this year. Also, apologies for the state of my hands. I've been using Sakura jelly rolls and my goodness, do they smudge. So anyway, so yeah, I'm feeling like, having read the first 20 pages or so, that this book is The Love Hypothesis just repackaged. And I've popped onto Goodreads to like put that I'm currently reading this. And I shouldn't have clicked on the reviews, but I did. And ratings wise, numbers wise is really high. But you know when you get the like 3 top rated reviews, and one of the reviews is a 1-star, and I read it and was like, I should not have done that. That's my own fault. But they were saying things that already in the first like 20 pages, I can tell. Like when they said that B is small, I actively rolled my eyes. Actively rolled them. And I can already tell it's the same story. Like you can already tell. So I'm really interested to see what I actually think of it, because I love Hazelwood. I love her writing. I love The Love Hypothesis so much. So I thought it would actually be interesting to take you along for the ride, to let you know whether my favourite romance author of 2022, at least, I sort of thought it would be good to take you along and see what I think of this in real time. So I'll check in with you when I've read a little bit more. Of course, The Empire Strikes Back is his favourite movie. Of course it is, because this is Ali Hazelwood and everything is about Star Wars. I did worry that there was going to be a moment in this where we were going to have a love triangle with Guy, and Guy was like medium height, non-threateningly good looking, really lovely guy. And I know he's being used like a comparison to Levi, but I really don't like it when books do that. I'm not really an enemies to lovers person. I'm a grumpy sunshine person, that's fine. But enemies to lovers is not actually really my thing. But in this case, like, I can see where it's going. So, though that is often the case with most enemies to lovers. But anyway, I'll try to not make this a spoiler-filled vlog. I'm very much going to try and keep it spoiler-free. But what I particularly don't like in enemies to lovers is when there's then a really nice guy. So let's use the hating game as an example. The Danny character is like the nice guy who's considered like the average nice guy and cannot live up to the love interest expectations. And I just don't like that. Like, I really don't like the way that some authors will pit a kind of, you know, average height, average to nice looking guy as like not good enough. I think it's a lot of what is wrong with expectations of couples. So I'm glad that this book actually hasn't done that. So that's definitely a positive, because I was really worried we were going to get that. And I was like, I'm not here for that. Like, enemies to lovers is already a struggle for me. I really didn't like the hating game. And that was like part of it. So glad we've not had that. This is a relatively minor point, but if she's that much of a Star Wars fan that her favourite film is Empire Strikes Back, she would at least know that Baby Yoda is called Grogu. Like, I'm just saying. Even I know that. I'm a relatively... I don't know that anyone would call me a Star Wars fan compared to, like, my boyfriend, who is, like, a huge Star Wars fan. But, like, I have a Grogu. I have several Grogu toys. Like, I'm very into The Mandalorian. And we know that Ali Hazelwood is into Star Wars because Love Hypothesis is Rey and Ren fanfiction. So it would be Grogu. Maybe it's like a... Well, it can't be a copywriting issue because she's called him Baby Yoda. I think what I'm also struggling with is I don't know how to say the name, so I really apologise. Rocio, maybe? The research assistant can be quite rude to be, and it's always followed by I love her. But obviously Levi is ruder, I guess, because of the whole doesn't speak to her thing, and she hates him for that. It just seems really unbalanced. Also, another thing that I'm not a very keen fan on is the way that Bee talks about all men as like all being into sport, and it's very generalized, and I'm not sure it's like sitting that comfortably with me. But I'm not a woman in STEM, and so I appreciate from sort of what I've read online that, and sort of other books I've read and stuff, that the environment is incredibly male dominated. My boyfriend works in STEM, I know it is male dominated, and so maybe this is how it feels, but I'm not sure that the generalization of men is necessarily helping the point in this instance. There comes a point when this vlog will become a spoiler vlog, and we may be reaching that point now, but the thing with Guy is going to end up how I thought, isn't it? We're a bit further in, and we now know that he is not with the mum of his kid, and I just like Bee's twin sister has just asked about Guy, the cute astronaut, and Bee's replied he's nice, and then her sister says, "Ah, not cute then," and gets no reply. I just don't like when books do this. Like, we can't all be with the like Adonis character. Like, that's not realistic. Like, everyone of all different shapes, sizes, colors, backgrounds, you know, you could go out with any of these people. Like, it doesn't have to. I really don't want to not like this book. I feel like we're getting to a point where I'm not gonna like it, and I really, really don't want that to be the case because I love the Love Hypothesis so much. Right, we are spoiler vlogging this now. So, enjoying this book significantly more since the last time I checked in. I think that obviously there's the whole Levi clearly liking Bee and her not recognising it, which is a little bit laboured, but Levi's super cute, so I'm a fan. So I'm enjoying it significantly more now that we're getting a bit more of the like Levi being cute. Way more enjoyable. However, because I loved Adam as well in the Love Hypothesis, so it makes sense. Very similar type of guy. We're finding out more about his life, blah, 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 all fine. But we have just had B say that Annie, her ex-friend, has defined men into 3 groups. There is cute guy TM, the sort of guy that you see in like perfume ads, and sexy guys. So I guess when I was talking before about how I don't like the way they speak about cute guy TMs, and that Levi is kind of defined in the other category. Obviously, they've put a 3rd category, so I guess that's good. But like defining men into 3 categories is like, wouldn't we hate for women to be defined into 3 categories? And also the way they speak about these like perfume ad men is saying that they are useless because society doesn't encourage them to be anything else. Like, why are we speaking about men this way? I'm not sure it's doing much good for women who want to not be spoken about like that, because it's very clear in this B does not want to be spoken about like that. To then categorize men into 3 different categories feels a little bit hypocritical. So yes, just thought I want to say that. Absolutely love that the cat is called Schrodinger though. Love that. It is several days later than when I actually finished this book. I finished it either on the train or really late at night, and this week has been super busy, so I haven't had a chance to finish this vlog and tell you my final thoughts. So I think I'm between a 2.5 to 3 stars for this. Probably a 3 because 2.5 feels really harsh. So I think probably a 3. Overall, it got better. It definitely got better. The way that I was feeling at the beginning of reading this, definitely things improved as we went along. And I think I probably did get that across in some of my clips. It just, didn't live up to the Love Hypothesis. To be honest, that's my main reason. I think there are a lot of similarities here to the Love Hypothesis, but I missed the grumpy sunshine element. I missed the fake dating trope. Enemies to lovers is not my favourite, and so I probably was always going to go into this not loving it as much as the Love Hypothesis. I think also the sort of rinse and repeat element of this compared to the Love Hypothesis meant that when I read the Love Hypothesis, it felt so fresh and like nothing I'd ever read really in a romance. The writing style was so different. I loved Olive's candidness and how honest she was, and B is really similar, but then I've read it in Olive. Maybe what I needed in this was just a little bit more difference between B and Olive, and maybe even between Levi and Adam, just to sort of differentiate a little bit. I still loved that we were in a STEM setting. I think I didn't enjoy this STEM setting as much as, oh, my arm is starting to ache. There we go, that's better. I can do this without holding. So yeah, I think I preferred the STEM setting in the Love Hypothesis than this one. And this one, the last few parts of the story just go way off, don't they? Then Guy turns the gun on B. And again, I'm not someone that works in STEM. Maybe I don't fully understand the scope of kind of how serious and important it is, the work that B and Levi were doing, but my goodness, it felt like we'd gone from like 0 to whoa. I also, this is like quite controversial, but I didn't really necessarily love the cat part of it. Love that we had Schrodinger, but the other cat, I didn't totally see how that kind of fit into the story. Also, I found B just quite repetitive in the sort of final third of the book, in terms of her feelings on Levi and not wanting to be in a relationship, and Levi trying to convince her to be in a relationship. And it was like constant of kind of trying to be, you just wanted to shake her. You wanted to be like, B, come on. And I understand that you have to sort of go through that with her, but it then feels like she flips out of nowhere just because Levi saves her life. And also kind of the fainting elements of B, you kind of don't get to the bottom of that. So yeah, I think I really appreciate what Ali Hazelwood was trying to do with this, and as I say, I really love the life hypothesis. This got better for me, but it just didn't hold the same spark. So I think probably a 3 stars is where this is. I'm also in a quandary now about what I do, about whether I keep this or not, because I absolutely love the cover. I mean, Ali Hazelwood's books are gorgeous, and I love this Waterstones edition. I love the sprayed edges. It's so pretty, but I really don't think I will ever reread this. So it's really difficult when I have limited shelf space to know whether or not I'm going to keep this. So watch this space for future unhauls, I guess, because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this yet. But otherwise, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this vlog, me chatting my way through reading a book by my favourite romance author of 2022 and seeing kind of how that went. So I really hope you enjoyed that. In the description down below, I will link to my other YouTube channel where I do planning content, to my Goodreads, and to my Instagram, which shares between my planning and book content. If you enjoyed this video, I would massively appreciate a like, a comment, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.